Jackie Kratz, and I'm your PolyVision tour guide. And today our next stop will be configuring our PolyVision driver. Once you have started your computer and have gone up to the board and done your calibration, you can come over, click on your PolyVision icon, which is a little whiteboard with a green dot, and you hit the top choice, which is configure the PolyVision driver. You have choices of folders here that you may modify to your liking. The first folder is the general options folder. The only thing you should be really concerned about in here is the low battery warning. You want to make sure that that is enabled. That way you'll get a pop-up screen on your computer that will let you know when your battery in your stylus pen is getting low. That's very important. The other option that's very important in here is this hover pen support. The new black pens have the hover option. If you would like to save some battery power, you can turn off your hover pen support by simply clicking the enable, and it changes to disable. That's all you have to do to change your enables to disabled and your disabled to enables. Your third choice is the drawing option. So however you would like when you first touch the board with your pen to draw, would like it to be, this is where you can do that. You can just use the default pen style, which is the black, or you can change it by clicking on the choose the default pen style, and you'll get your palette of colors, and maybe you always want to have a highlighter instead of the pen first time you use it. That option is here for you in the drawing option. The next one is your print option. Any printers that you have on your computer, you can print to by simply clicking on the printer icon found in your icon strip. You can simply click on that and your screen will be sent off to the printer. There's the printer status letting me know it just sent it there. You can change that by simply hitting your drop-down box where any printer that is on your computer will be able to come up and you can select it. You choose the one you want, and if you want to change any of the printer properties, like you only want to print in black and white or you always want to print in color, this would be the place where you would also do that. Next, you have your save options. In here, you may change where you are saving any of the documents. To save what's on your screen, you hit the save option, which is right here. It's like a little disk, and that will save whatever is on your screen. You can change where that is being saved to by just hitting the blue word and going through and putting it into whatever file you like, whether it's a separate file for subjects or if it's for your H drive. You can do that right here. The next is saving the image size. You want to kind of keep it at your 1600. It's a very good quality. You can save the file type. You have different options. The JPEG is what's suggested by PolyVision to get the best quality. But if you like your PDFs, you can change it to that. If you rather have a GIF or a BIP, you can also change it to that. For your file, when you save it, this is where you can change the name. If you're a math teacher and you want to change it to math, or if you're a third grade teacher and you want to change it to third grade, all you have to do, click on that, type in whatever you want. I like to keep it as PolyVision so that way I know exactly that it came from what I was doing on my PolyVision board. You can change also the file that follows it, the name of it. You have the choice of the date and time or sequential numbers. And the date and time looks just like it does here. PolyVision, the date, it starts off with the month, the day, the year, then it goes into the time, the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. If you want to use the sequential numbers, after PolyVision, whatever your base name is, you'll then start with a succession of numbers. I highly suggest not using the overwrite existing file on each save. That means whatever you saved before, your new save goes right on top, and you're going to lose whatever it was. The last one just deals in how it's going to save, whether it's going to save in our landscape or our portrait. In the projection tab, you have the alignment options. When you calibrate your screen, you do have two other choices for your crosshairs that you can hit. PolyVision suggests that you do the better, which is the 9 crosshairs. You can do the good, which is less, or you can choose the best, which is more. 9 is the suggested, and I would highly suggest just keeping it at the better. The fixed projector. If you are in a room that you know the projector is never going to move, nothing is going to shake it, no earthquakes, then you can enable your fixed projector where whatever your calibration was set at, it's going to stay that way. The slightest bump, though, however, in the projector will set off your markings. Whenever you draw on it, it will be off, and you'll have to come back here and disable it to be able to go back and recalibrate it. The red button. On your icon strip, you have your red button choice. You can change this. It doesn't have to stay as the red pen. You can change it. You have two other options, and this is where you can change it. You can change it to a spotlight, so that when you click on the red, it goes to a spotlight. This is good if you have movies or pictures you like to throw up there. You can then get the kids to focus on specific details. You click the red button, and it goes away. You can also change it to be the reveal. The reveal is like our old overhead projectors, where you have that piece of paper on top of whatever you're showing. You can pull it down. You can pull it up. You can pull it to the side, or you can pull it to the other side. You can also change this reveal side by grabbing the edges. You can make it also smaller. To get rid of it, you just hit the red button. It's very easy to come in here and switch it anytime you want. That is in the projection red button. The replay strokes is if you are doing a lot of work, like on a math problem up at the board, and you want to capture what you're doing, kind of like taking a video of what the pen is doing. That's where you could come in here and enable that. On a day-to-day basis, you're probably not going to use that. In the hardware tab, this is where you're going to check to make sure that your board is here and your computer is reading it, and that your pen or pens are also being read. You can have up to 3 pens at a time on an Eno board. If for some reason the pens are not showing up, they have before, you're probably going to have to use this option right here called Pair Stylus. You can click on that and just follow the directions, and your pen will be repaired, and you can go ahead and get started using it. Down at the bottom, it'll tell you the status of the different products. This one here is showing us for the board. And if we click on the Eno stylus, it'll then show us even the serial number, which is a very important thing to know. For if something happens to the pen, PolyVision needs to know the serial number. And it even tells us about the battery life. The battery is okay. The next is the icon. Some of us have these 2 extra icons. Some of us don't. Don't panic if you don't have these 2 extra icons. You can easily find them by going to that little PolyVision icon, clicking on the second choice, which is Show On-Screen Icon Strip. Down at the bottom of it, you will find the 1 and the 2. You'll always have it. This is the tab where you can program them. You can either program them to go to websites that you use all the time, or you can program them to be applications that you want to open up. Maybe you use WizTeach every day, and you don't want to have to go into File and Open. You can just come and click on the icon, and it'll open. To change these to an application, you click those 3 little dots, and then you can browse through all your files and find the one that's the executable file. I would highly suggest that you have a tech with you just to make sure it is the executable file. If it's a website, you can just type the website in, and then when you're done, you can just click on the site, and it'll take you to wherever you want it to go. Mine's set for going to my wiki space. My second button is set to go to my Google site, Web 2.0 Tools for Teacher. Anytime I want them, I go to them a lot, I click and I go. It's very easy and a very fast way of getting to those programs or websites that you know you use a lot. The last folder in our PolyVision driver is the status folder, which you won't really need to worry about. And that is why I also skipped the configuration file, the options in there, because you're not going to need to worry about those. Whatever your techs have set up in those files, just leave them alone because that's the way that they want them. Well, that is all for configuring our PolyVision driver. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you back again.